Hey everybody, what's going on? Buddy Blackford here with another Photoshop CS6 tutorial, and let's jump right in. Today we're going to learn about transforming our images. So what we're going to learn today is using the free transform and then the transform menu selections. Let's go over here to edit, and then you can see down here where we got the free transform and the transform button. Now all you really need to follow along is just any picture and put it over top of any background that you want. This background could be just a, it could be nothing like this, but this background kind of makes me have like optical illusions in my eyes, like it's moving around for some reason, so I never really use it. Maybe it's just my eyes are effed up or something like that, but oh well. So I'm going to put it over top of this just regular beach background, and I'm just going to be working on layer 1 down here, which is this smaller picture. So let's start off with free transform. Let's go to edit and free transform, and notice that Control T is the hotkey. You want to learn that and remember it because you'll use this a lot. Now you can do a few things with the free transform. You're able to move it around like this. You can come to the corner and drag out to expand or contract, and if you hold shift it will do this proportionally. If you hold control, it'll skew the image from the corner. So remember that this is holding control, and you can see the different angle to the right of my cursor. So then I've got the different skews there. Did that a little too long, but oh well. Now you can just do it from the sides if you want to expand like this. I'm hitting Control Z to go back when I do something so it doesn't stay all like screwed up looking. So you can do that, and then if you come out past the lines here to where this turns into a double arrow that's bent, you can now rotate. And the rotation takes place along this middle icon here, which is the anchor point. You can click on the anchor point and move it, and now the image will rotate around the new anchor point. So now I'm just going to hit enter, and I'm going to go back to edit, and that was our free transform. And that's what you can do with the free transform. You press enter to apply the transformation after you're done. So let's go to transform, and then we've got some new items here that we can use to just individually do things quickly, or you just want to work on one parameter or something like that. So we've got again here, and all again does is let you repeat the previous transformation. So if I scaled and I did my scale here, now you can see when I click on scale I'm not able to do like the rotation or anything like that. So this is scale, so if I scale this up and hit enter, and then I go to edit, transform, and then I go to again, it's going to scale it up by that much again. So that's what the again button does. Now I don't think I have to go through everything. Rotate allows you to rotate it. Skew allows you to skew the edges, just like kind of like if you were holding the control button. So let's go to edit, transform, and then here's distort, which almost the same thing, but it just distorts the picture a little more and like kind of like looks like it's bringing it forward or backwards. So actually when you hold down control, it actually does the distort when you're in the free transform and not the skew. So just remember that it does a distort. I always click on image first for some reason. Transform, and we've got perspective. It basically just lets you change the perspective of it. So you can see how this works out as I'm just moving this along, and we can see the different perspectives that we've got here. So I'm moving from left to right with my mouse. If I move up to down, it doesn't really do anything. Control Z, and then this way you can see which way you can move by when you hover over one of the squares or a line. it'll show you a left and right arrow means you move your mouse button left and right, and this wouldn't move my mouse up and down. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh, I just clicked on I clicked on something that made my Camtasia do all this goofy stuff. I don't want it to, so I'm going to pause for a second. Oh, and I'm back. It wants me to draw my screen. Look at that. Awesome. Thanks, Camtasia. It's not what I wanted to do. So I fixed whatever the hell was going on with my Camtasia, and let's keep going. Camtasia is a screen recorder. I accidentally hit screen draw somehow by pressing a hotkey that I didn't even know existed. So let's get going back to what we're doing. So the next thing that we were on is transform and warp. And warp gives you like a little grid, and you can pull the different points here and move around like the image and stretch it out and warp it around. Now we've got a couple images that are a couple things that are going on here. We've got our grid here where you can click on the different points and warp those points around. We've got custom here. You can select different types of warps to do if you would want. Let's go to none to bring it back to what it's doing. And that's basically how you're gonna warp things. So let's go back to our transform menu. We've got a couple here. I mean, these are self-explanatory. Rotate 180 degrees. So that's what that does. And then you got rotate 90 degrees clockwise and 90 degrees counterclockwise. Then you've got the ability to flip the image over the horizontal line or flip it vertically. So let's just flip it vertically right now, and that's what basically it does. Rotates 180 degrees pretty much. So those are what you can do with your transform. So there's flip horizontal to make it look like it's going the other way. That's it for the different transform menu items. All those, remember, were located under edit, and then free transform or transform. And remember, Control T for free transform, because you'll be using that a lot. Free transform has a lot of the things already within it. The only things it doesn't have are skew, perspective, and warp. So if you ever need to use those three, just go ahead and use the transform menu and such and such. So thanks for watching this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next tutorial where we're just going to be learning how to use the crop tool. So see you guys in that one. Have a good one. Goodbye.